c'est Géraldine de LifePower de France. Aujourd'hui, nous avons le grand plaisir d'avoir Dani Lemberger, l'auteur de LifePower à Lyon. Bonjour Dani.
Bonjour Géraldine.
You wrote a book, LifePower. Tell us about it. How did you come with this idea?
Well, I have been studying Hubbard's philosophy for many years, and I have found that it is of great value to myself, to the people around me. And over the years, Hubbard's philosophy has become, has not become popular or widespread. Not many people are aware of it, not many people use it. And I thought that I can contribute by writing a manual or a guide that will make the principles of it easy to understand and give tools in the book for the application of the philosophy so people can, in a relatively short time, in their home, read the basics, start working with a friend, with a relative, and get the wins and the gains out of it.
When did you start studying Hubbard's philosophy, and what were the first motivations or the first things that you felt, wow, I can really use this in life and it can really help me become more successful and achieve my goals?
Wow, when? Okay, when? A long time ago, when I was a young man. 40 years ago, almost 40 years ago, after Tami and I got married, we traveled in the US. We stopped in San Francisco, and this is where we heard about it and decided to do it. My own personal background prior to this was a search, trying to understand life, a search for meaning and for a way to improve life. So I did a lot of other philosophies or practices. I went many years to a psychoanalyst. I did yoga and meditation. And I read many, many philosophy books. And a lot of these things gave me answers and improvement. But I always felt there must be more, or what I'm learning and gaining is limited. And when I first encountered Hubbard's philosophy, and I said, okay, let's try this. You know, I've tried many things before. Let's try this. Immediately, I had very significant gains. The first thing we did in San Francisco was a communication course. And you do these drills, and they are so simple, and yet you have fantastic experiences. It's like an adventure. And I said, wow, I like it. So I'll do some more.
Do you have some examples or on how did it change your life?
Well, I think my relations with my wife and in life, life is communication. I mean, the most basic thing to life is communication. Being able to communicate with people, being able to touch things like we're communicating now, expressing yourself, listening to people. In Hubbard's communication drills, the first thing is being able to be there comfortably and being able to listen to people. And, people have the idea communication is talking a lot. Communication is listening, accepting people, granting beingness to accept someone as he is. And once I have gained these skills, these abilities, it made my life much easier. I became a successful manager, successful business owner. I'm okay with my wife, with my kids, with my friends, and but really my ability to help other people because the true value of life is how much you can help other people. And if I can, over the years, I have seen so many people that I have helped make their lives better and give them tools that they can improve the lives of their friends, of their relatives. So it's like a spreading effect of getting people happier, more uptone, more successful, more satisfied in life, and that's it. That's what I'm doing.
Did this philosophy help you be successful in business? Tell us about your career and how did you use the philosophy to be successful and improve things?
Well, it's not only Hubbard's philosophy. As I told you before, I went to INSEAD, Fontainebleau. C'est là que j'ai appris le français. So I speak a little bit of French. I went to INSEAD, Institut Européen d'Administration, wow, in 1976.
Wow.
More than 40 years ago. So it's a blending of things. It's many things together. But really, to succeed in any area of life, you have to be willing to accept people, to listen to people, to understand people, to create cooperation. Have people understand you, and then you understand people. Of course, to be able to think fast, to make decisions, to manage people without letting them feel that you're managing them. You have to encourage people to be creative, to make their own decisions, to lead their own lives, to play a game in life, like to have a goal and to figure out how you achieve your goal. And we have these tools in Hubbard's philosophy. And they're very simple tools. How to play a game. What is a game? How to achieve a goal and how to choose a goal, a basic goal. How to help other people. So with these things, you have naturally, you're not aware that you're doing it. It's just something that's rolling, that's happening, and it makes life fun. And when you enjoy life, then it becomes successful.
That's true. So that's how you. What you're telling about are the key. What you think or observed are the keys to managing successfully companies, and that's how you achieved success.
Well, a company is a group of people, and when you have a group of people, then they need to work together towards a common goal. So they need to understand what the goal is. I have a real estate company in Israel that I manage also with Tami, with my wife, and a team. And we have set out as a goal, we buy property, we improve it, we invest in it, so that business people can rent the space, like an office or a warehouse, and use it successfully. So the key is to make the rent fair and to make the space of good quality that a business can operate in that space and succeed, And of course, in my other business that I manage in Haifa, Israel, it's called Dror Center, where we apply the philosophy of Hubbard, where people come from all over Europe. Now we have people coming from the United States, but people come to apply Hubbard's philosophy for their own improvement. And if you're focused on helping people and giving good service to people, you will succeed. If you do business for money, I don't think you'll succeed. But if you focus on value for other people and they receive the value, then they're happy to pay you.
Very good. Is it also how you managed people and companies when you were in the USA? Because you told me you also have experiences.
I lived in the US. I lived in the US a few years. There I was senior executive for large corporations. I didn't like the environment because there was a lot of internal competition. The values very often were not my values, because for me, honesty is very important. Being open, truthful, honest, not hiding anything, not maneuvering in any way, not manipulating people. And in the corporate environment, I could not always control these things, so I left the corporate world 30 years ago and went out to work on my own based on my principles, my values, and it's been very successful.
Okay, very good. So you managed to apply Hubert's philosophy in large corporations in the USA?
Not so much, because in a large corporation I was working as an employee, and I could not dictate to the whole organization how to operate. So that I wouldn't take that as a good example, but in my own businesses, that's how I operate. In my relations with people, I try to be open, sincere, so people know that I'm telling them the truth.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you've been able to apply it, but the extent was limited because you're not alone. But still, I guess it helped you in your daily work.
In my own work with my team, yes. But sometimes the whole organization, there's a crisis in the organization. They have to present things to the banks, to the shareholders, to the environment. And they play little games with the balance sheet and the value of property. So these are the things I did not want to be part of. And that created some tension. And I said, okay, you stay here, I go away.
Okay, very good. How did you apply Herbert's philosophy to be successful in these positions, and are these tools that help you be successful in these positions in LifePower?
Yes.
Fabulous.
Oh yeah, of course. To be successful in a career and in management, the main thing is having the ability to create good relations with people. It's your managers, it's the staff that work for you, it's your clients, suppliers, all the people around you. An organization is a lot of people working together towards a common goal. You need to be able to set a goal, and you need to be able to understand the goals that top management or the board of directors are giving you. You need a very good ability to study, to talk to people, to understand people, and a very important skill is to choose people. So we have in LifePower the emotional scale. You want people that are enthusiastic and that have a high interest in life. People who are bored or antagonistic or angry or below, you don't want them in your team. Especially in the emotional scale, we have a position called 1-1. Somebody who is dishonest, somebody who is very afraid of other people, but doesn't want to show it. So he hides his fear, and he becomes very non-cooperative, non-productive. He's dangerous to have around. So watch out for the 1-1s, and study the book and study this section. We also have the table of skills in the LifePower book, which gives you 9 major personality traits and how they compare to the emotional scale, and you can see what kind of people you should work with. A major point that I've always applied as a manager and working with people is never allow third party. Never allow one person to tell me bad things about another person. So if somebody comes to me and says, oh, such and such another person did this or said this or he's like that, I would call the other person and we would sit, the three of us, to discuss whatever the situation is. So never have one person tell you bad things about another person, because it ruins the organization. If we don't have direct communication, then we have a situation that we call ARC breaks. We have all the time the communication, the trust, the understanding within the organization being shattered or disrupted. So you want to always keep direct communication with people. If you have a problem with a person, you go, you talk to that person. The ability to confront, we work on a lot in LifePower, because it's my ability to stand in front of someone, my ability to be now in front of the camera, to talk, my ability to be with people, to feel confident, and to express myself, and my willingness in business and in a relationship to listen to the other person, accept what the other person says. If somebody comes to me very angry, it could be my wife, my child, or a worker, he's very angry or upset, I let him talk about it. I don't attack back, I don't interrupt. I say to the person, what is it? The person tells me what it is, what he's upset about, and I listen to him and I say, well, okay, thank you for telling me. So accept people, accept what they say, but investigate. If somebody says something bad about another person, call the other person, check with that person what really happened, and work with people who have an interest in life, who are enthusiastic about life and about their jobs.
Okay, thank you. And so in this book, LifePower, you describe all these different tone levels and what are the indicators to choose these people who are enthusiastic about life and have a strong interest in life.
Yeah, there is a lot of material about this area. Not everything is in the LifePower book. When you come to a LifePower center and this is your area of interest, we have a lot more materials. But the book talks about it a lot. And if you can work with people, live with people, feel comfortable with people, talk to people, listen to people, you're already going to be in good shape.
Okay, very good. So these are the key points, or like your secrets, if we can say like this.
Well, it's no longer a secret, it's in the book.
Secrets are no longer a secret.
Yeah.
But the key points that helped you be really successful in all the areas of life for you,
areas of life,
in business or even in relationships. It's like a way of being and way of behaving. And
I think so.
Understanding life and people.
Yeah. To be honest, to be true to your own goals. We have the ladder of accomplishment. A person needs to establish his own goals and then plan his life how to achieve his own goals. You can be a successful lawyer or an engineer or a doctor or a counselor or a mother or a driver. I mean, whatever it is that you enjoy doing and your way of contributing to other people, you make that your goal and you plan your life how to achieve your goals. If it's a goal that you are happy about, that you feel good about this thing, and you see how you contribute to other people, and you work at it, you will be successful. You cannot not be successful. And then in the relations with other people, be honest. We talk a lot about responsibility, and we, in the book, in LifePower, and how responsibility is different from blame. You don't blame, but you take responsibility for life, for situations that come up, for the other person. You don't only seek your own benefit, but you see what would be good for the other person too. Because we have the 8 drives or dynamics, and you have to find a solution that is good for everybody. Because otherwise you're going to have constantly fighting with other people. So the way to avoid constant fighting is to see what is good for the other guy. How do I make it a solution that will be beneficial to everybody involved? So when a person reads LifePower, he reads the first part of the book, the theory, he studies the second part of the book, he works with a friend of his, with a relative, with a friend. You work together. The other guy is called a partner because you work together as partners, moving in a certain path in life. The drills and the processes significantly improve a man's condition. We have the life confront process. People are doing it. It's life-changing. You then do the recall processes, the clearing processes. The recall process improves your memory a lot. It gets rid of confusions, of upsets, of difficult moments in the past. It brings the person much higher on the emotional scale, makes him happier, more eager in life, more interested in life. And then when a person goes into the clearing process, well, a clear is somebody who no longer has, we call it the reactive mind or the subconscious. The traumas of the past that weigh us down, that make us confused or sad or unhappy or tense, all of these things that we want to get rid of, well, you handle it on the clearing processes. You've done the clearing process with a friend of yours, you can do it from the book, or you can seek more help from a LifePower center where professional people will help you. So just from doing the drills and the processes in part B of the book, you improve yourself significantly, and you already have the tools that you can work with a friend of yours and help the other guy. Then you can decide to also be a professional. You can come do the LifePower coach course. Then you become a professional coach or a professional listener. You can work with people. You now have a profession. You can even make some money doing this, because if you help people, you need to be willing to accept help back. So you invest your time, your attention, your care with another person. If you're good, they should pay you. That's natural. But before you become a professional, you can work with a book, with a friend, with the person you choose, and you really improve your own life and the other person's life.
Yes, tell us about the training part of your book.
Okay, the idea in LifePower is that a person comes and can become a LifePower coach. A LifePower coach is somebody who can apply, who has all the knowledge, all the tools, who can apply the tools to himself and to others. He can train others on LifePower principles, and he becomes a listener who is one who guides others, listens to them, makes them more aware, and helps them improve their own lives. Tami and I have been studying Hubbard's philosophy for over 40 years, and I concentrated in the administration and the training areas. Tami has been a counselor for many, many years, and maybe this is an area that she can talk about and gives you some more details about.
Hello Tami, you've been practicing Hubbard's philosophy for 30 years, around 30 years. Tell us more about it. How did you start it? What was your motivation? What did it bring to you? What does it bring to individuals?
Good. Yeah, I started to study Hubbard's philosophy when I was 20 years old, and I really, really enjoyed it. It helped me personally. It helped me to help others, which was great. And then I didn't know how to do it as a profession. Okay, so I went and studied in law school to be a lawyer. Because I couldn't really see how I'm going to really do it as a profession on a daily basis. So I started to be a lawyer, and then I said, that's it, finished. Now I can really understand how to use Hubbard's philosophy to apply it as my profession. Okay, and I've been doing it, as a professional for 26 years exactly.
Wow.
Daily auditing, daily listening, helping people to become clear. And it's been going wonderful.
What are the changes or what are the benefits that you've seen in people's lives?
Good. So first of all, I help people to overcome the personal traumas. Now, a trauma can be like a real physical pain, like somebody break his leg, or a girl just had a childbirth, pregnancy and childbirth, labor, and it's a trauma. To overcome that, so not to have the postpartum psychosis, or a person just has a chronic disease, so I can help them overcome that and get rid of that. Like really find the actual mental, spiritual causes of this physical problem and to eradicate it. So this is one thing. And also with the marital couples, marriage couples, it's not so easy to be married. Marriage is not easy life, but you can really make it and can really be happy with that. And I'm helping the husband and wife, or the girlfriend and the boyfriend, to overcome their difficulties, and within few hours they really know how to do it. Because how do you know how to have a successful marriage? Well, from your parents? Was it successful? Like you I don't know, or in school we don't learn about that. Okay, so how do you make it? So we have like a very specific principles. If you get rid from your nonsense here, and you really confront the situation, you can really have good marriage life. So this is really nice. So I'm helping individuals. Also, when people have like mental traumas, when somebody dies, or they had a big loss, like a businessman had lost a fortune in his business and now he needs to start again. It's not only to find like a business plan, okay, what am I going to do now, like business-wise? No. He has first to look at himself and really overcome the personal emotional trauma that he had, and come with like new energy. And now he can start to analyze, okay, what happened? This I did right, this I did wrong. Okay, what is my lesson and how I'm going to continue further. Or, in Israel we have many, we have wars, so people die. And so within few hours I can really help the person to overcome this emotional loss. I cannot bring the dead back to life, sorry. Not yet. But I really can help the person to overcome all these tears and misery and being apathetic about the future, and really feel happy and wanting to creating his life on a new level, despite the heavy loss that he just suffered. So this is just great. So it makes my life really interesting. It's much more interesting than being a lawyer. And I really enjoy it. And the other thing that is really, it's amazing, when I help the person, sometimes in the beginning he needs a lot of help. Many meetings, sessions, me listening, delivering that process, the other process, more advanced processes. But very soon he starts to be more in control of his life, and he is able himself to handle situation in his life without dependence on me. I don't want them to be dependent on me, okay? I want them to be powerful enough and able enough to do it themselves. Not like every time, oh, I had a fight with my boss, what should I do? Okay, good, we go in session, we handle that. But after a few times, he really knows what to do. He really knows what to do, like how to confront the boss, what to say, what not to say, how to handle it. He doesn't carry all this emotional charge from the past. And so he's much more independent, in control of his life, and what we call cause over his life. Okay? So this is my main goal, to have all these people more at cause, more happy, how they can recreate their life the way they want it, okay? And change their life as they want it, in harmony with other people around them and with the cooperation of other people around them. So this is a great profession.
Yeah, it's like a wonderful profession indeed.
Yeah.
Are the tools, what can we find in this book, in the training part, that we can already apply, and can we already achieve what you just told about with some of the drills in the LifePower book?
Okay, so very simple drills is the recall drills, like to recall simple moments. And it's a very special technique. It looks very naive, simple questions that you don't really understand what's happening. But when you start to ask a person to recall his past, simple things, not like big traumas, okay? The minute he gets the hang of it, he starts to be the boss of his past memory, and he really regains his memory. And it's very important, because when you ask people around, most of them don't remember what happened like not too long ago. I'm not talking about their childhood, but or maybe some heavy sections or big sections of their life, they don't recall it. They have like a glimpse or pieces of memory, but like a whole period. The whole college was like blocked, he can't see, or his whole army service is blocked. Or when he was in a relationship with that girl, wow, he can't even remember anything that happened, because it's so heavily charged, what we say, like emotional, hard for him. So when you do this simple process, just, one meeting, few meetings, and it's like, wow. So it's really recommended. Yeah.
What are the abilities we can get from doing the drills in the book? How can it help me? Like, for instance, I do the drills during the weekend, and then I go back to work on Monday. How can it help me improve my daily life?
Right. So one of the drills is being there and being able to confront, to face, to stand in front of something and hold your position and just look at it and perceive it, and not being like withdrawn or feel uncomfortable or you have to react. Just be there and perceive it. And the more you do it, life becomes much easier. So on Monday, when you come to your boss and your boss is like, oh, I need this really fast, you're lazy, you didn't do that, and you just stand there and you listen and said, okay, I'll do that, and you continue. Or you go home and your girlfriend, she has the monthly menstruation syndrome, and it's like you cannot talk with her for 3 days. What do you do, If you're just being there and you confronting the situation without like feel intimidated or angry or anything, like you are there, you're able to pass these 3 crazy days without a breakage in your relationship, and you can continue later. You see, so it's like little things. Or you have an examination on Tuesday, and usually before examinations you are like, what should I do, and you're all cold sweat. But if you're able to be there, look at your examination sheet and look at it, oh, okay, being in present time, and really being in present time, not being somewhere else, okay? You know the materials, you know what to answer. You can get 100, okay? 100% right, no problem. If you're really there and you're not stuck in yesterday, in 2 years ago, in past failures. So these drills, just the drills, not the processes of being here, being there comfortably, confronting. Wow, it's even just that, not even the further processes in the book. This is enough. Just this tool can help you so much.
Wow, fabulous.
Yeah.
It looks like a very wonderful state.
Yes,
It's too powerful.
Exactly. And, for like thousands of years, the wise men of China and India were doing that with meditation, like being here and, comfortably and not thinking about anything else. And we just have it, but more with more explanation how to do it now in our modern life, okay? And what you can confront cannot really hurt you, and it makes you really, really strong. I give you an example. I had a guy, he had fear of public speaking. He's a great guy, very intelligent. He can talk really in a very fluent language and really clearly explain himself. And there was some situation he had to talk in front of a public. Now, a public is like 10, 15 people. He had to represent his work. He couldn't talk. And just doing these drills, confronting, looking at somebody, being there comfortably, facing, wow, what a change. Just incredible.
Wow, wonderful. Thank you.
Yes, recently the major problem that people come up with, and I've seen it like in so many cases, a high percentage of that is anxiety attacks. People come and they report to me, wow, I have these anxiety attacks, like heart beating and sweat, and I'm nervous and I don't know what to do. And it comes, it goes, and I cannot function when I have these attacks, which lasts, it continues for like few hours or few days. And when they go to the doctor gives them tranquilizers or psychiatric drugs to calm down, but it doesn't resolve the problem, okay? So when the person comes to do LifePower processes, first of all, he becomes much calmer. He's able to confront the situation in present time. Yes, there's pressure, a lot of pressure in our daily environment, but it's not a dangerous pressure or dreadful pressures. And he's able to confront it much better. Also, he found the actual past experiences that caused him to feel with real anxiety attacks when there was a real danger, like real dangerous environment. And when he sees, oh, this happened in the past, in present time, actually, no, I have a nice boyfriend, my mother is nice, my boss is pretty happy about me at work, I'm making a progress. I don't need to be like really in such an anxiety. And he starts to understand it from his own experience, and he's able to confront the present time environment much better. So this is really helpful for that.
Thank you.
Another very prevalent problem that people are encountering is with the children. They have children, you have a child, you send him to public school, and then the teacher tells you, oh, listen, he's a problematic and he has attention deficit disorder. You need to see a doctor that can handle him and give him some drugs to be quiet. And this child is like really intelligent, very creative, very active, very bright. And because he doesn't fit into the class, because he's like this, they want to quiet him down. So the mother comes to me and asks for help. So I can help the mother and I can help the child. I can help the child with these drills, like being here, comfortably, confront, and I can help the mother on to coach her how to handle her child. So the child can be still in the school, but without being drugged. So this is another really like such a problem that we're facing now. Yep.
And the solution can be found in applying one of the LifePower drills.
Definitely, easily. Really,
Wonderful.
it's so easy. You know, it's so easy, and people think, no, you have to study in the university for like 7 years and get a degree and a diploma and this and that. And it's very simple, very logical, very sensible, nothing complicated, very easy to understand and to apply drills, processes for your life, for better life.
Cool. Very good information for our children. Thank you very much, Tami.
You're welcome.